Vitale Total Fitness. And as I always say, I am the guy that helps you get fit and stay fit without having to live at the gym. And what's really cool is about to talk tonight about helping you get fit and stay fit without even having to go to the gym if you want. Yeah, I'm on to something pretty cool and new. I'll get into that real shortly here. But, first of all, let me just say that my program is a customized program for you to help you get fit. If you like going to the gym, if that's something that you want to do, then by all means do it. We'll customize a program that'll incorporate going to the gym. But if you're like a lot of my clients, people I know, that you get in from work, and then by the time maybe you help the kids with some homework, maybe you've got something else you have to do. By the time you do some extra things, it's getting 9, 10 o'clock, and you've got a little bit of time before you got to hit the sack, get up and start that whole day over again. If you know, you know, right? Well, in that time, what if you could have a workout that you could do in literally less than 20 minutes? And what if that workout did not require you to leave the home, go to a gym? And what if that workout did not even require any equipment? It could be done completely with body weight without any apparatus or anything. Now, you will need a wall. And I'll get into that in a moment too. But anyway, wouldn't that be cool? And the matter of fact is, that's what we have. If you've been following my channel, by the way, like and subscribe. Follow this channel if you haven't for great fitness tips, guys. This program is a complete. It's called Vitale Total Fitness. All right, it addresses every area of life, helps you be successful in every area of life. But you've probably seen lately, I have a 7-day isometric challenge that I've been doing. I am in day 6. When we finish this live here tonight, I'm going to go get my workout in, and let me tell you that this workout is fantastic. Right now, I'm doing 7 different isometric exercises. And if you're not familiar with that, that is where you hold a position. Like one of the positions, for instance, would be where you start off in a push up position and then you lower to the down position and hold. Okay. And you hold for as long as you can. On the first day, you're basically doing a benchmark and you time yourself. Okay, I did whatever time, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, whatever it is. You write that down. And then the progressing days, you're adding time to that, of course, just like you would add weight to other workout plans, doing dumbbells, barbells, etc., free weights, whatever, machines. Okay, so anyway, but it is an amazing workout. These 6 to 7 different isometric holds that I'm doing, I'll go through all this. Of course, the 7-day challenge is available at the link in my profile. Of course, it's just vitaletotalfitness.org. You can go there, and it's just a PDF. It's a free download, no strings attached. Just take it if you want it and use it. But the way it adjusts, okay, you could do one circuit, if you will, of those 7 different holds, depending on your fitness level. Because you may think, oh, that's not that big a deal, isometric stuff. Yeah, okay, then that shows you haven't done it before. Uh, anyway, if you're kind of more advanced a little bit, then you might try 2 circuits back to back and see how you feel. Tonight, I'm going to be doing 3 circuits back to back, and that's going to be a heck of a workout. You got to really be careful because isometrics are designed to not put unnecessary stress on your joints and things like that, and they don't. But even doing these in my front left hip flexor, I noticed a little bit of strain. So you got to be careful, guys. I mean, I'm 59 years old, right? I design my workouts for myself, but they can be, if you're, I always say on there, look, 35 to 65. But if you're over 65, of course you're welcome in the program. Welcome on the channel. That's just kind of a ballpark area, right? Guys, I remember, you all remember when we were in our teens, 20s, we could work out and do whatever we wanted and just go for it. Didn't have any troubles. Started getting to our 30s, slowing down a little bit. Time we hit the 40s and things like that, we weren't kind of operating with the same system. Well, now for me at 59, I don't know about you guys, But, got arthritic knees. I've got a left elbow that actually needs a total replacement. I'd love to sometimes show you all the x-rays of it on here. I've got a pin. I fell off a roof just and just shattered this bone here. And there's a pin in there. Well, that pin was nice and lined up when they put it in. And when you're looking at it from a down x-ray right now, that pin is sticking out like this. And so the doctor was like, don't do anything. I was like, well, I can't not do anything. But you may notice if you look at my physique, my arms are a little bit atrophied from where I would want them to be in my fitness, but I haven't been able to lift um, heavy at all for a little while. There was a time when I could barely pick up a cup of coffee with this arm. It was causing so much pain, but I have rehabbed it myself. So I am a certified physical trainer, strength and conditioning coach, and nutritionist. And if I can help myself work myself back into shape with a pin sticking out of my arm in there, I can certainly help you. And one of the great ways I've found is this isometric challenge. So I want to talk about that a little bit tonight. My total fitness program has 6 pillars. Okay. I won't go into all of them, but I'll take just maybe even less than a minute for each one. But I, when I started getting myself in shape before I became certified as a trainer and all that, I had been up and down my whole life, right? I joke about it wasn't a joke, but I knew anytime I was going to try to get in shape, I was going to go in and start, and I would have my fat pants, right? I would be like, okay, here's the fat pants. I'm going to throw them away because I'm doing it this time. Dun, 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 right? I'm exercising, working out. And then, after about, I don't know, 6 weeks or so, maybe, if it was a good one, all of a sudden I'm done and I'm kind of starting to pack them back on and pull out the fat pants again. So I even stopped throwing them away. So if you know, you know. So I know what it's like to stop and start, to go yo-yo dieting. But where I'm getting at is I learned that what is it going to take for me, like I always tell you, to get fit and stay fit, right? That's the trick, isn't it? You got to have a lifestyle. You got to have something you can live with. If you try to do a boot camp, you can do it, right? We can all just power through a boot camp, get through something, drop 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is we need to do. But the problem is, as soon as we stop that drastic kind of lifestyle, that really restrictive diet we're on, and things like that, we go right back to where we were. Okay. So I can tell you guys now, I've been able to keep my weight for the last 10 years. I've been able to keep it in about a 10-pound range. And for me, that's pretty doggone good. And that includes, and the reason I can say the 10-pound range is that includes some times when my arm was hurting and I wasn't able to really work out as much. And I didn't quite watch my nutrition as close as I needed to. And that also includes this last October, just what, let's see, it's April, okay, January, February, March, April, 4 months, and then December, November. About 6 months ago, I had a hernia repaired surgery. So they cut me open and stitched my umbilical hernia back together, and I couldn't really lift anything for I believe it was about 6 weeks. They wanted me to stay off of that, and then really work back slow. And so, man, it was I kind of have fluctuated, but I'm working my way back. All right. Anyway, I want to get you guys started on the foundations of the program. So. Um, I don't know when it's gonna be. It's gonna be anytime within probably, I'm gonna guess, the next 2 weeks. But I have finally finished my book. I put the finishing touches on it today, and the people that are helping me assemble that into a deliverable format for you, they think we can have it out within a couple of weeks. But it's called the Quantum Physique, and it's going to take all 6 of my pillars of Vitale Total Fitness, put it in a nice book that you can have, and you can begin to use this to work for yourself to get yourself into shape. Of course, you can always look at working with me one-on-one if you want as well. But I'm going to put that book out there for you do-it-yourselfer guys. You want to have a good system. So the 6 pillars we'll go to real quick before we jump into the isometric challenge. I want you all to hang around for that. It's going to be really good. You're going to get a lot out of it. First pillar I deal with is Zen, Z-E-N, because the mindset is the most important part of losing weight. That's where I was going with this. What I've learned is that if your mind is right, then you can do anything. Okay, if you get the mind right, you can be successful. If you don't develop your mind and you go out and only work upon your physicality, you're not going to be as in a good a shape. That's if you're like me and your mind wasn't exactly firing on all cylinders. I had a lot of mental, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts and things that I needed to kind of deal with and get out. And Zen helped me. But what Zen also does, this is why if you go to the link in my bio again, it'll say the one skill to rule them all. And that's how serious I am about the Zazen breathing, where you learn, and I give you the instructions in there, learn to breathe from what they call the tanden, which is about 2 inches below your navel, a deep belly breath. You put your hand on your stomach down here and breathe in through your nose, ideally, but at first, anywhere. You want to feel your stomach expand. If you just take a deep breath right now, you may be a regular chest breather. You may go, and you feel your chest rise when you're breathing in. That's not the way you want to breathe. You don't want to breathe up here. You want to breathe down here. Expand outward like a balloon filling up, like bellows on a fireplace, and then when you're breathing out, contracting your abdomen and pushing that air out. That's a full deep breath all the way down, all the way out. Okay. So, what doing that technique does, I won't go into because it's in the download. It's the one skill to rule them all, but it talks about the science, the way it lowers cortisol, stress, helps boost your testosterone, guys. That stress that we keep by not monitoring our breath and our breathing eats up our testosterone, cannibalizes our muscle. So when I talk about how important this breathing technique is to your working out, to your fitness, but it is also just to your daily stress and life. You're like an engine, guys, and that engine needs good fuel and air, right? If your air filter's clogged up in your truck or car, it's not going to work. You got to get air into that bloodstream. You got to oxygenate yourself, your brain, your heart, everything. Make sure that your blood is rich with oxygen, and that breathing technique is the one to do it. Second pillar, I'll move through these quicker, is stoicism. We use prosoki from stoicism, which is where you become a guardian, a watchdog over your thoughts. You pay attention to your attention. What is the state of my mental thoughts right now? What thoughts am I having? And you um, limit the bad ones, eliminate them, and program in the positive thoughts that you want. That brings in the third pillar, which really could broadly be called goal setting. But I have been in the goal setting, visualization, manifestation world for a long time, and I have now found the most powerful ways to set your goals and to visualize them is through quantum manifestation. I'll get into that again too. I'm just letting you know. But basically, you are choosing the identity that you want to align with, and you are keeping your thoughts and your mind, your actions in alignment with this new you that you're changing your identity. Okay. We'll talk about that here in a moment too. Identity over willpower. Willpower is temporary. Identity will carry you through. Okay. So having said that, brings in the fourth pillar, which is exercise. I'm very sensitive to the needs of my clients that are ages 35 to 65 and up. The exercise that we do is not going to be the exercise that these 20 and 30 even year old trainers and things are doing. Okay. We're not going to be putting that kind of pressure on our joints and our ligaments and tendons and things. We're going to use a principle called the minimum effective dose. That is where we get the most effective workout we possibly can with the least amount of effort required. Now, that is not saying that you don't get a full on workout, but you got to listen carefully to those words. The minimum effective dose. So you're not doing the least you can do, trying to get away with as little as you can do. No, you're doing the full on. Yes, and God, I'm sorry, I missed the things. Um, all you guys that are commenting there, I'll try to get on and read these. But I wanted to get on and go through the pillars real quick. So exercise is the fourth pillar. And then the fifth pillar, of course, is nutrition. And we do some different things there, but we use one of the techniques that the samurai had was the Hari Hachibu, and that is where you essentially try to eat to about 80% fullness. Okay, we focus on not just stuffing ourselves, we're practicing our breathing, we're slowing down our pace, we're trying to be present when we're exercising, yes, but also when we're eating our food, not just scarfing down stuff, right? I used to joke, what was the quote from Animal House? John Belushi was at the table and they're like, keep your hands and feet away from his mouth, right? And that's kind of the way I used to eat, man. Watch out. You gotta slow down. You gotta chew that food. Your digestion, of course, begins in your chewing. You know all this. So slow down when you're eating, eat to about 80% full, but then also change your relationship with food. Don't look at food as a comfort source. Look at food as fuel for the body that you're trying to build. You see, when you have that clear focus of your goal, the goal setting, the man that you're trying to build, I mean a crisp visual image, exactly what you look like. We practice the visualization, that looking at yourself as if you're looking into a mirror and seeing the reflection of that perfect, authentic self that you're trying to create. And then you begin to eat. How's that guy going to eat? If I'm this guy in the mirror there, and I am, right? I'm becoming that. I've got to eat like he does. I've got to treat food like he does. This is fuel for my body so that I can perform to my maximum level. Not just working out, but in my job, in my career, in my business, right? If I want to be an effective, present, energetic executive, then I've got to have my mental game together too, right? That's why I'm saying Vitale Total Fitness is for all of life. It's going to help you get fit and stay fit, yes, physically. It's also going to help you uh, kick butt at your job, be a better husband, be a better father, be a better anything you do in life. Okay, brings us, that's the five pillars. The last pillar I base on the principles of Bushido. Okay, now, again, I won't go into all those, but one of my favorite books, of course, is the Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. You can get that book, but it has the virtues and the things that the samurai follow. I used to just go off of the Stoic virtues. Of course, there's courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. I love those, but I felt like the Bushido system was a little more robust. It has 7 to 8 different virtues, and so like when you go through say a 9-week course with me, we focus on one of those virtues also, like say honor, right? Like integrity, being the man that you want to be, even when no one's looking. Things like that. We don't just work on the working out. So we're working on our mind, our breathing, our visualization, our goal setting, our exercise nutrition, and how we're going to live, the kind of man we want to be. Because ideally, guys, I want to help you master your mind, your muscle, and your mission, your purpose in your life, so that you live a life of happiness, a life that's meaningful, a life that's successful, and you wind up at the end with zero regrets. How's that sound? Isn't that the way we want to live? I look at my life, I'm 59 years old. I hopefully, Lord willing, I have another 30 years. That's a long time, but that would put me at 89 years old. I may or may not live that long. I may be gone tomorrow, but I want to make sure that I'm here for as long as I can be to continue to become the man that I've always known I can be. Help you become the man that you've always known that you can be. I'm here to help you guys. All right. Back to the isometric challenge. I have a special announcement I'm going to make, but it's not quite ready yet. But if you go to the link in the bio and you open it up, you'll see the one skill to rule them all, the free download about the breathing, but you're also going to see the 7-day isometric challenge. Okay. And you can try that, and it is a great workout. I'm telling you, listen, give it a shot. And if you need more, you're more advanced, all you got to do is add some circuits, my friend, because I'll promise you, you do even 2 circuits starting out with not too much rest between each one. Okay, give yourself maybe 15 to 30 seconds max. Just, if you're really in shape and you want to challenge yourself, then take a very short break between each one and do all seven. Well, there's six on the page. I added the low push-up hold anyway. Do all seven back to back with no break, hardly. A little bit of a break. Then take yourself 2 or 3 minutes of a break and start that circuit again. And then see how you feel. Okay. Take a, if you're really in shape, you're more advanced totally, take a 3 to 4 minute break and do the circuit one more time. I don't really care who you are, but if you do the three circuits and you do all the positions well, it's very important that you hold your form on all of those. Okay, I'll go into that more another time, but you've got to, when you're doing the forearm plank, for instance, you got to watch your form. And I talk about the form in the guide. That's why you have the guide. It's free. Just go get it. It shows you the exercises, how to do it. You hold that form for as long as you can. Then you go to the next one. Let's say it's the Superman pose where you're lying on your stomach with your arms out. It's like you're flying and your legs are up off the ground in the back. That's super tough. Works your back out, man. It's great. The glute bridge. Oh my goodness. If you really do a correct glute bridge form, you're going to work, of course, your glutes. But I was surprised at how much my hamstrings got worked out. And guys, I don't know about y'all that are home workout guys like me. But working out the hamstrings, when you don't have the nice little leg curl machine like they do at a gym, hamstrings can be a little challenging. I mean, they're not as easy to target. In other words, you're usually having to do some kind of like stiff leg deadlift, stiff-legged deadlift or something like that. But I'm telling you, man, these isometric exercises, they're going to get to those hamstrings. They're going to get to those glutes. You're going to get to your quads. We do the wall sit. We do the deep squat. It's all in the diagram. Okay, the download. You'll love it. And yes, you're going to feel it. Try it out. Now, before I get off tonight, I want to say, here's the exciting news. Um, Listen now, I'm not going to do this for long. I don't know how long I'm going to do it, but I'm starting a challenge. I've changed the 7-day isometric challenge now to a 5-day. I should have that document finished and turned into a PDF and uploaded. It's going to replace the 7-day. So you go on there and you see the 5-day. That's what's going on. The 5 days plenty. It's for you to try out isometrics. Work that into your system, whatever you're doing. But here's the offer that I'm coming up with, and I'm going to be presenting it soon. So follow this channel, guys, if you haven't. Please subscribe to it. I'm putting out helpful content each day, but very soon, number one, the book's going to be out. It's going to give you all these things we talked about tonight in detail. But I'm offering for, I don't know, it's a limited time. I don't know how many guys I'm going to do it. I've got in mind to start off with 5 total, but I'm going to work with you one-on-one for 5 days doing the isometric challenge for 5 days. And what that means, working with you, is we're going to go through the exercises. We're going to be on phone calls together. We can do phone, FaceTime, or Zoom. And we're going to do it for 5 days. Okay, if we have to take a day off because of something that happens, we'll complete it. It's not bad to take a day off in a 5-day challenge. I mean, you'll see. It's like lifting with weights. You don't necessarily want to lift 5 days in a row because these isometrics are total body. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, the big kicker is I'm going to do it for absolutely free. That's why I'm saying it's a limited time. I'm going to give you 5 days of my time. I want to work with you one-on-one. I want to get to know you, find out what your fitness goals are, what your needs are, and help you tailor this program. So when you're done with that fitness program, guys, you've got something. I'm going to work with you on the breathing during that and the isometrics. And there is no strings attached. Listen, all I will ask, yes, at the end of the program, I can tell you about my one-on-one coaching, but that's at the end. If you're up for it, I'll say, here's how it works if you want to do it. But there are no strings attached. Okay. This is not going to be one of those deals where you're going through this and I'm sitting there trying to sell you or something like that. No, we're going to do a 5-day challenge together. Okay. I want to build some relationships with some other men out there, just like you guys, because I made this for me and I'm just like you guys, right? I'm a 59-year-old guy that was struggling with up and down weight, couldn't keep it together, mental thoughts everywhere, having a couple of careers take off and crash and having to rebuild myself. I know what it means to struggle, and I know what it means to be at halftime in your life and realize that, look, when I come out here on the field for the third and fourth quarters of my life, when the final bell rings, it's over, right? I don't get a do-over. I got to make this last half count. And some people can call that a midlife crisis. I don't believe that. That's not a crisis. It's a reality check, isn't it? That's what it is. No, my life is halfway over. If I live a full life, my life could be 90% over, right? We don't want to presume. Lord willing, I've got years to go. Who knows? Who knows about you, right? All we can do, as Gandalf said in Lord of the Rings, is make the most of the time that's been given to us. I want to live the rest of my life the best I can because I'll close with this Vitale, total fitness. Vitale is Latin for ultimate life, vitality, abundant life, as you've heard it. The Greeks called it eudaimonia, and that kind of translates happiness, but it's so much more than happiness. It's total happiness. It's fulfillment. It's almost hard to describe it adequately. It's the kind of life, though, that you truly enjoy living, a life that you embrace and inspires you, and you do the things that you love and you enjoy your life. Because if you will enjoy your life, live fully, it's the greatest gift you give yourself, but it's also the greatest gift you give your loved ones. You need to model for them what it means to be alive, what it means to excel and to thrive, right? Get your mental game together. That's the first thing I work on with you. Help you crush the mental game so that you get fit and stay fit without having to live at the gym. And if you want, without ever even having to go to the gym. Now, if you're a gym guy, you like the gym, that's fine. We'll work around that, okay? I always want to throw that in because I don't want to lose you, brother, that might be like, well, I like the gym. It's like, fantastic. You're the guy that's got the time to go do it, then I'll give you a program and a half to help you there too. But if you're like a lot of men in this age bracket, 40 to 60 and up, we don't necessarily have all that kind of time. I'll be going full time with this fitness business starting in late May. I'm wrapping up my last semester as a full time English teacher. I'm teaching secondary English to junior high students right now, which is one of the reasons I look a little bit peaked at this time of day. Been teaching all day, come home and get excited though to get on this fitness. So I'll be going full on fitness now, right? Here in May, and I'm excited about it. And that's why, while I'm still got this time teaching, I want to go and give some of my time away to you guys. So be on the lookout for the 5-day challenge coming up. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 days of my time, train you in the isometrics, help you with the breathing technique as well, and all for completely free for a limited time, right? All right. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to follow the channel and subscribe. Anybody still on with me right now has any questions? I'm sorry I've missed some of the questions, but I can scroll back through and try to answer some before I clock out. I'm coming up to the 30-minute mark. I want to try to keep these Tuesday night lives. See somebody from North Texas says hi. Hi back to you, Nika, North Texas. Hey to Rotten Raven. And all questions are welcome here, Rotten Raven, you bet. Barry Williams says, are you a Christian? If you are, can you please say the gospel? Absolutely. Well, look, I do have my religious beliefs, but I want to be here for all of my brothers, regardless of your religious beliefs, okay? So I'm not going to necessarily favor one. Okay, we can talk about that. You want to talk with me one-on-one? I'll be happy to talk to you about it. But we're not all of the same faith, but we are all brothers. We are all human beings. We all have one creator. We are all members of one human race. So I'm here for everybody, Barry, but I'm here for you too, brother. All right, Rotten Raven, can you read the comments? Yes, I read the comments as much as I could. I guess that's where it goes. But anyway, all questions are welcome here. I'll read them. Is there anybody else on that has a question before I wrap up, guys? We're coming up to the 30-minute mark right now. Again, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for the free 5-day challenge for a limited time. I'm going to give 5 days for free training to my brothers who want to take it up. And then also, you can always go to the link in my bio, Vitale, Vitale, totalfitness.org, VitaleTotalFitness.org. You can download the One Skill to Rule Them All. That's a free PDF download. You can download the 7-day challenge still right now today. It'll soon turn to the 5-day challenge. And then very soon, I'll have up there, it won't be free, but it will be my book. And it won't be for a huge cost, though, guys. I want to make it affordable for you, but it is my life work. It is everything I've done that has brought me to this place today. My 6 pillars of the Vitale Total Fitness program, a program that I used for myself to get my mental game together so that I'm getting fit, I'm staying fit now for the rest of my life without having to live at the gym. So having said that, I'm going to go do my own isometric challenge here. If you go to the shorts in my channel, you can see I demonstrated the other night. The lighting was a little low. I apologize for that. But you don't have to sit there through the whole minute of my wall sit or my squats. I have the camera sped way up during that, so it looks pretty funny, like I'm doing the squat and my mouth's going because I'm sitting there breathing in real time and it's playing in fast time. But you can always, of course, go and check that out. All right, man. Any of you guys that came on tonight and saw it, I'm glad you were here. Those of y'all that are watching this as a recording, blessings to you all. I wish you health and prosperity and happiness. And I'm Daryl, right? I'll be back Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central each week. We talked a little bit about, like I said, the pillars of the Vitale Fitness program tonight. We talked about the One Skill to Rule Them All, and we talked about the Isometric Challenge. So go to the link in the bio and check it out. Thank you guys for your time, and we will see you again soon.